happening now. We're live at the Dream It, Do It STEM Wars and Career Search at JCC, talking with county officials, students, and teachers about this great event. Details coming up.
And I'm Dakota Hunter in the First Defense Weather Center. Well, we've got a little bit of rain to go through today with maybe a few thunder showers for the afternoon hours. Temperatures come down for late week, but how's Mother's Day looking? Maybe a little wet. We'll talk about it coming up.
That's news now for Thursday, May 10th, 2018.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And happy Thursday to you. Thanks for joining us on News Now. Justin Gould reporting live from the Dream It, Do It STEM Wars here at Jamestown Community College. We got a great show planned. We're talking to County Executive George Borrello. We're talking to innovators. We're talking to students and their teachers. But first, we turn to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by now in the First Defense Weather Center. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, good afternoon, Justin, and it's definitely looking like a full house down there at JCC. Hope everybody is having a good time at STEM Wars this afternoon, but yeah, you're dodging just a little bit of raindrops out there this afternoon, and that may pick up a little bit throughout the afternoon hours. Let's go straight to the main graphic system, and we will take a look at the current conditions first of all, and it is actually cooler than it was yesterday, of course, with the rain, but still spring-like. It's 62 degrees. That's the current number at the Jamestown Airport north of the city. Humidity 90% with a dew point of 59. Obviously, the dew point measures the moisture content in the atmosphere, so the humidity kind of skyrocketed a little bit with the rain. You can see some of the cloud cover there at the HD News Now campus right outside of our studio here. Now, on radar, this is that band of rain that's been coming through pretty much this morning and early this afternoon, and there may have been a few little thunder bumpers in here as well. All in all, not a big deal as we put this onto a couple-hour time lapse. You can see how the rain has been moving from west to east throughout the morning today, and there may be a few more scattered showers and storms coming this afternoon, which of course we'll talk about a little bit later on. But the forecast for you, showers, maybe a possible thunderstorm throughout the afternoon. Cooler with the rain, also with that cold front that's being dragged across the region. Temperatures kind of around average though, 65 to 68, so not too bad, with a pretty healthy south wind of 15 to 25 miles per hour. We will talk about the rain chances through today, plus how's Mother's Day looking? I'll talk about it all in that full weather segment a little bit later on in the show. Back to you, Justin.
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you. Chautauqua County Executive George Borrello. We spoke to him a little bit earlier on in the day. And Borrello was talking about Chautauqua County's workforce and how it relates to an event like this. County, we will bring George Borrello on in just a moment. We almost had him, and then he goes to talk to people. He has fans. George Borrello Fan Club.
Good job. I think they want to talk to you.
That's all right. Are you guys with the George Borrello Fan Club?
I am. Yeah.
Thank you very much. These are Fredonia High School students, and I spoke at her government class recently. So yes. So at my alma mater, Fredonia. So yeah. So they came over to say hello, which is very nice. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Are you guys enjoying the STEM Wars thus far?
Yeah, this is my first one, so I like it so far.
This is my second one. It's been a few years, but I wanted to come back.
Well, I won't keep you from looking around, so thank you. I got to steal George away from you.
You too.
Thanks for saying hello.
So George, are you sure you're not going to buy that bike?
You know, if they could put an extra wheel, at least one extra wheel on there, I think that would be good. But
Give you training wheels or something.
it'd be a little embarrassing. But you know what? That bike is actually really good to have here because the way it was explained to me is it's customizable. You can take it apart and redesign it, almost like really expensive Legos, and really redesign it. It can sit differently, ride differently, different suspension, and it's all done by the owner, by the driver. So I thought that was really cool that explained that. And then adding the whole aspect of the license plate bracket that's being custom designed is even better.
Right,
so.
right here at JCC.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
Is a really intuitive way to build that.
Well, yeah, and these kids here, these are the kids that really have amazing skills, and they're creative, but more importantly, they're focused on creating things and building things. And that's why it was important for me to be here, because after visiting the businesses that I visited in my first 100 days and beyond, the need for really this type of skills. Anything from engineers to welders to all different types of people involved in manufacturing, advanced manufacturing technology. We need to encourage that. We need to encourage kids like this. That's why the Dream It, Do It program and the Education Coalition and things like events like this, STEM Wars, are so critically important to the survival of our county. We have so many businesses that are in desperate need of people with skills that we currently don't have enough supply of. So we can encourage these kids to stay with this and be able to not only is this a great creative outlet, it'll be I think a very fulfilling career. So this is incredibly important.
Absolutely, and a lot of the people who come here, it's almost, I think the major takeaway for me is the education that they get. They get out of the schools, they get to interact with future employers. Yes,
and it's a hands-on experience. But yeah, hats off to all the manufacturing companies that sponsored the STEM Wars, because they understand that there's an old saying, you can pick an apple up off the ground or you can pick it off the tree. Right. Well, they're here to pick the apples off the tree and really keep these kids encouraged and motivated, because it's important to their future, and they recognize that. So again, like I've said before, there are jobs here in Chautauqua County. What we need to improve our workforce and the quality of our workforce, and we need to take kids like this and encourage them that this is a great future with a good paying job. That's going to be a fulfilling career that's going to let them do things like this and work with their hands. So incredibly important, and I'm glad to be here to support it.
And George, I assume that a lot of our viewers probably aren't high school kids right now. If they're not at this event, they probably shouldn't be watching us on Facebook. They should be learning, right? But the folks who are tuning in today, maybe they're beyond that college year, and they're looking for a second opportunity. There's many of them in Chautauqua.
There are. I mean, first of all, I can tell you that these companies that I visited that have open positions, many of them will train you on a position. They'll also pay for education. They have tuition. There's such a need that businesses are recruiting them before they finish the program. So get enough skill to get to the point where you can weld, and then we'll let you continue on in the class, but we want you to come work. So for the adults out there that need to be, that need a new career, that want something that's going to pay well and fulfilling, that's a perfect example. Those two perfect examples, CDL license and welding, that you can go back right here in Chautauqua County, get that education, and get a good paying job.
You're watching WNY News Now on Facebook Live and WNYNewsNow.com. We're with County Executive George Borrello at the Dream It, Do It STEM Wars. Executive Borrello, during your State of the County address, you talked about, during your tour of those 100 plus businesses in over 100 days, you talked about some of the challenges that business faces, and that's really skilled workers. And this event here today is trying to booster that, but sometimes getting people to get to work in the county is a problem. We have a drug epidemic on our hands at this point. Can you give us some insight into what your group, what your coalition right now is working on?
Yeah, so we have something that we created after the first of the year. It's called the Countywide Alliance for Enforcement and Rehabilitation, CARE, C-A-E-R. And the CARE group is essentially bringing everyone, all the stakeholders, everyone who's involved in the drug epidemic together into one group. And we need to really pool our resources and use them as efficiently as possible. So we're focused on people that are in prevention and education, which is really critically important, because the way we're going to really cure this problem is by making sure that kids never get addicted to drugs, and then that goes on up from there. So prevention and education first, and then you've got law enforcement and that whole aspect of it, and then you have people that are involved in treatment, whether it's hospitals, whether it's people that are involved in treatment and recovery, rehabilitation, all working together so that we can share information, share resources, and do the most effective way of addressing this problem by making sure everybody is communicating well. I don't have the answers myself, but I do know that to be effective, we need to work together and work in an efficient manner in order for us to maximize our resources. So that's what CARE is all about.
Is Chautauqua County going to get some sort of treatment center? I know a lot of people who want long-term bed treatment, which they say is the most effective way to get people off of drugs and get people the rehab that they need. They have to go out of the area.
Yes, and you know what? We do have a treatment now. We have the county has a mental hygiene department that has treatment facilities, but there is more coming. UPMC Chautauqua WCA is going to be doing a new facility, inpatient facility here in the Jamestown area. We also have them working in the North County to do something in Dunkirk. We have I recently sat down with the commissioner of New York State Commissioner that's involved with drugs and drug rehabilitation to talk about getting more treatment here, and she's on board to provide us with more resources. So we are moving that needle forward, absolutely.
George, today's event, kind of coming back to this, it looks like a lot of people are engaged right now as we get ready for kind of stage one. Yes. of what they'll be going forward. I guess, is this your first time here?
This is my first time here at the STEM Wars, and I got to tell you, to look around this room and see, 700 kids, something in that neighborhood, all focused on manufacturing, focused on ideas and problem solving and building things, it's just very encouraging. And these kids are smart kids, and they've been able to do something that a lot of others can't, and that's think for themselves and realize that the answer isn't always right in front of you, and the answer isn't always Googling it and getting it from someone else. The answer oftentimes, like you saw with this license plate, the answer is creating a new innovation. Not everything has been thought of. There are still plenty of new ideas out there, and this is the future. These kids here are the future of innovation, of technology, of manufacturing, and I'm just really proud and happy to be here and see this.
And a lot of what today's all about is preparing our next generation, as Borrello said. Coming up after the break, Maureen Dempsey from Southwestern Central Schools and what they're doing there to help prepare our next generation.
Where coverage comes first. You're watching WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view. And welcome back to News Now. It is time for our new and noteworthy segment, and we're talking with Maureen Dempsey. She's the superintendent at Southwestern Central Schools. We're talking about STEAM. What is STEAM? Well, Maureen explains. We are at the STEM Wars event at Jamestown Community College, and Southwestern Central Schools, correct me if I'm wrong, is pretty special with their STEM program. You guys are more than just STEM.
We tried to grow it. We've grown it into a STEAM program. We have our elementary is here today as just visitors. We're so excited. We have new equipment. They made the t-shirts today for some of us. They're just amazing at some of the things they're doing and integrating STEAM into the curriculum.
So can you explain what STEAM is versus STEM?
Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
And the arts process of this is very cool, because a lot of times it seems like districts are focusing towards athletics or towards, just math or science, but art's still very important.
Oh, if you come over to our school, we've integrated our arts into it amazingly, up our stairwells. It's amazing what our kids have done and created.
So today's event, talk about what Southwestern's portion of it. Obviously, you guys have been with the STEM Wars for a while.
We have a middle school team here. We have a high school team. And we brought an elementary team this year just to observe, so they get excited, because we have a full-time makerspace in our elementary. So our kids are doing some amazing things. I encourage anybody to come over. We're glad to show it off.
And Maureen, we got a nice look at the new P-TECH school in the North County, state of the art. Is that something that Southwestern's trying to...
Yes, we will have students going to the P-TECH program in Dunkirk next year. We're really proud of P-TECH. It's a great opportunity for kids too in our area that's supported by manufacturers and everyone in the region.
And a lot of the education system is changing. It's not necessarily everyone's kind of learning at the same pace like they used to. Talk about what you guys are doing at Southwestern to
I think there's something for every kid in STEAM, and that's where our jobs are, and we want to keep kids local. We want to make sure we're supporting our manufacturers, so we're just thrilled.
So today, as you were walking around, what are some of the highlights you've been seeing?
I think it's really interesting to see the amount of girls. I'm a big supporter of that's involved in here today. And the increase in the number of kids. When I first came to this, there was less than 300 kids, and there's over 1,000 kids here today. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And women in manufacturing is very impressive, the upkick that we kind of had. I know Justin Haniff, before JU came in to the picture, really focused on that. They held many events. Can you talk about kind of where that's headed?
I think it's encouraging of the women going into engineering, science, and math fields. We've been, JU Colquitt has been very involved in helping us push that off the ground at Southwestern and getting kids excited and really in administrative positions too, and have our kids realize their capabilities. We're excited.
Thank you, Maureen. And today's really about the students. And we spoke to this senior from Chautauqua County BOCES who is excited right now to get into the workforce off of things he's already learned in high school.
I'm a senior. I'm going to be graduating this year.
Perfect. So sounds like they're about to get started, Kevin. As a senior, have you come to these before?
Yes, I came here last year.
Nice. So what's your overall takeaway from the STEM Wars event?
I can say that it's really grown over the past year. There's a lot more to do here.
What's your favorite part?
Really the Lego robotics. It's just been really interesting, and I see the new they have here is the 3D printing over here. And it's just, I'm really interested in all the new technology that's going around.
Do you think that's something you'd be interested in getting involved in after high school?
Yes, I'd want to go into this field and do something here because it's where my passion is. I grew up with technology.
You go into JCC? What's your plan going forward?
Well, I want to go into work first, and then depending on where the industry moves, if I need more education, that's where I want to go into college.
Is there anywhere specifically you have picked out yet?
Well, I've been looking at EIT and Erie and then JCC.
Very good. Well, they say that George Borrello, who's the county executive, was talking with a little bit earlier today. There's a lot of manufacturing jobs in Chautauqua County right now that you can enter. And it's not your grandpa's manufacturing. It's pretty clean and nice looking. Would something like that entice you? Let's say you went to go work for Matco Tools or something.
Yeah, because it's not like really hands-on manufacturing. It's more like using machines. It's more clean, more safe.
Have you've learned a lot then from coming to the STEM Wars?
Yeah, between talking to them last year and when I plan to go up and talk around this year to get connections.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking with us. I appreciate it. Yeah. So right now it is lunchtime here at the STEM Wars events. A long line, if we can peel over as everyone's getting ready for food. We'll get some pizza during the next commercial break. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is on the other side with a look at the possibility for some showers today when we come back.
Kids were laughing in my classes while I was scheming for the masses. Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star. They say you're basic.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
The weather is heating up, and so are the deals at Express Bike and Auto, right here in Jamestown, located at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension. They are your one-stop shop for all of your vehicle, ATV, and motorcycle needs. They even sell vehicles, and guess what? Financing is available. So what are you waiting for? Get to Express Bike and Auto right here in Jamestown at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension now.
There's an
Now, your first defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
y'all better bring me back some of that pizza when you come back into the studio, too. Welcome back to News Now. Let's kick off this weather segment with the Sky Vision Camera Network. That's on top of the Mill Creek Mall, the old water tower for the Mill Creek Mall. We've seen that camera shaking with the wind. It's 63 degrees in Erie right now, with a dew point of 58, and a healthy north-northeast wind of 13 miles per hour. On to the graphics, and we will take a look at the almanac for yesterday. Now, yesterday we unfortunately didn't make it into the 80s, but we did top out at 77. We only bottomed out at 57 this morning. Man, it was a pretty muggy night. We were not anywhere close to the record, but we were over 10 degrees from where we should be. We picked up almost half an inch of rain over the past 24 hours. For the allergies, well, the good news is the rain has helped knock some of the tree pollen down. It's still running moderate, but the good news is the rain that's on the way will help wash a lot of this pollen away. Doppler vision, this is what's been coming through the area pretty much this afternoon. This band of rain and some thunder bumpers coming through the area right now. Heaviest rain looks to be down in PA at this moment. This has a direction of motion to the east-northeast, so this will all be hightailing out of here. Now, the Storm Prediction Center does maintain this less than average marginal risk for severe convection for areas eastward, and again, it does encompass this part of Chautauqua County, but I think the highest severe weather parameters are going to be that away, not in our direction. And just to show you the overall thunderstorm impacts, I don't really expect severe weather today, but if we do get a pop-up thunderstorm that becomes strong to severe, it's going to be a wind threat of around 60 miles per hour. That's going to be our thunderstorm impact. Let's time it out for you here on a future scan, model picking up on the rain. Then it starts to hightail out to the east. And again, these little individual cells in here is kind of what we're looking at that could be strong to severe as we go throughout the afternoon hours. Then it looks like we get a little bit of a break, and then we get a few more rain showers for the late afternoon into this evening. That clears out of here, and then we get a few more showers and thunder showers for the overnight hours, and then it clears out going into tomorrow, but the rain comes back for tomorrow afternoon. How much rain are we going to pick up? Well, not a whole lot. Very insignificant rain totals. Take a look at this. The computers here in the Weather Center are spitting out very insignificant totals, nothing to measure in Ripley. So again, very, very insignificant rain totals. That is the good news. Now, for tomorrow, what can you expect for tomorrow? Well, the temperatures are cooler from where I had them yesterday. I've knocked the temperatures down into the 50s for tomorrow. The clouds thicken throughout the day with PM showers, and again, not too bad for that. And again, when you have a north wind of 3 to 7 miles per hour. You want them? Here's the next 7 days of your life, brought to you by Quick Solutions. And 62 on Saturday. What happens? I had us warm Saturday. Well, that's why it's called a forecast. And the computers are really trending the temperatures down for the next 2 days. But take a look at that. Mother's Day. I had to increase the rain chances, 64 degrees, seasonable, but mainly a rainy day. But hey, we clear out for Monday and Tuesday with temperatures in the 60s, and the humidity comes back for early next week as well. Dew points will likely be in the 50s and 60s, creating that stickum into the air. Next rain chance after the weekend will be next Wednesday.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at PhoneZoneShop.com.
The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood is a locally owned and operated club that cares about your health and wellness. They invest in it. Right now, $16 for 16 days will get you in the door. Lose 4 pounds, your next month is on them. Try a green zone class and maximize your performance. Hot yoga, 24/7 access. Simply walk into Fitness Bunker in Lakewood right now on Summit Avenue. Make an investment in your health and wellness. Fitness Bunker in Lakewood. Find them on Facebook.
Where coverage comes first. You're watching WNY News Now.
And welcome back to News Now. New and noteworthy here, so let us know what you think about this story and about the great manufacturing opportunities that's out there for many kids. The director and coordinator of this event here, Dream It, Do It's, J.U. Culprick. And we here. Awesome. How many in total, how many schools participating?
Registered over, have about 850 students are registered for the event. I know the numbers will probably be a little lower due to the fact that we had to cancel it due to snow.
Right.
So we're probably expecting about 650, 700 students today.
That's really great. I guess for people who maybe are just tuning into this event, they didn't catch the coverage last year, what can we expect to see unfold here live?
I consider this event the Super Bowl of STEM. It's a platform for these students, to display their work in technology, arts, all the different sides of, all the different components of STEM-related activities. So it's going to be great. It's going to be excitement, and it's always a great event. The local businesses that sponsored events, they're excited to be here as well and engage with these students.
And kind of a rundown of what we'll see. What will the students be doing as the morning progresses?
There's a bunch of different events that the students will be doing, from robotics to Pinewood Derby cars to Adecco mock interviews. A bunch of different activities. I think there's about 15 or so activities that the students prepared for, and then there are also on-site activities that the students who didn't prepare but want to come and observe can take part in as well.
Awesome. And really, when we talk about manufacturing, a lot of people think of the dirty, the rusty type work, but not the case really anymore.
That's definitely not the case anymore. Manufacturing has really taken off. It's clean, it's safe, and it's an opportunity where you can, make a great living in Chautauqua County.
Awesome. J.U., you're very busy, so we won't hold you up anymore, but thank you so much, and we'll talk later as the day progresses, I'm sure.
Good. Thank you.
All right, so again, alrighty, J.U., thank you. A great day here at Jamestown Community College. Lots of people, go ahead, trying to get some food. Are you guys having fun here at STEM Wars? Come on over. What's your names?
Jackson. Preston.
And what school are you from?
Jefferson Middle School. Same.
Same, Jefferson. What grade are you guys in?
6th.
So we're live here on Facebook. What was the biggest takeaway from the day thus far that you guys have had?
Well, I like the Rube Goldberg challenge.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Will you guys be interested in a career, something like this, based off of STEM?
Probably.
Yeah. What's your hobbies? What do you do?
I usually draw and just think of stuff.
Yeah.
More ideas.
Right.
I do the same, but I want to be a video game graphic designer.
Oh, really? That's really neat. I think Storm Hartman wanted to design video games at one point in his life. So, guys, anything you wanna say about today's event? Anything you guys are thinking?
It's been pretty fun.
Shout out to Mom or something?
My mom's probably going to see this.
Yeah. Can we get both of you guys to just say thank you for watching WNY News Now?
Thank you for watching WNY News Now.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I want to turn to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by now with a final look at our weather for today. Dakota.
And that was cute. I like that. Those kids, man, those are awesome. I love kids. Those are awesome. Anyway, let's take a final look at that Quick Solution 7-day. Here's the first 3 of them. And you can see I've had to lower the temperatures down just a tiny bit. We're going down to 58 for tomorrow and 62 for Saturday. And so as we expand out the rest of that forecast, 64 on Mother's Day. And I had to bring in a few rain showers as well for Mother's Day. Otherwise, not too bad. I think the rain will probably be steady, not steady state, throughout the day on Mother's Day. But then the humidity comes back for early next week for Monday and Tuesday, temperatures in the 70s. Next rain chance will be Wednesday with a few rain showers at that point. So, since everybody else is doing a live shot, I get to end the show today. Thank you guys so much for watching News Now at noon. We will be back tomorrow for the TGIF edition of News Now. Of course, news continues online 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. I'm Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter for the entire crew at WNY News Now. Have a wonderful Thursday, and we will see you tomorrow.
But I don't mind.